Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. For relaxing times, make it Tunghori time. And a channel update. Stay tuned to the end of the video and I will give you a little bit of an update on a change I'm about to embark on today after I've opened this Tunghori package. I told my patrons about this about a week or so ago. If you want to be a Patreon member or channel member, you will get exclusive updates like that. And maybe, well, there's loads of stuff on the Patreon channel. Check it out. And yeah, I'm going to start that later. It's going to be a bit of DIY. Might take a while, God knows how long, but still, it's going to be happening over there. But stay tuned to the end of the video and I will explain what that is. But for now, I'm going to open this latest delivery from Tunghori. Daniel Chart is the man I need to thank for this, because he's the one who gave me the heads up. Oh yes, if you want to check that video out, that's my last video, a review of this, the O.O.K 9000. Great piece, that, really good. So that's the last video I did. And now to this. I'm glad this has come now so I can do this. So Daniel Chart got in touch and I saw a screen grab that he'd done. And there's a guy on Instagram, actually, I've got to thank you. Sorry, I have forgotten your name. God, there's a guy on Instagram who always lets me know if there's something cool on Tunghori. So thank you for that. But Daniel got in touch and he told me, and I'll tell you one of the things in here, an Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Legacy Collection Obi-Wan. And this is what I love about whenever I buy anything from Tunghori, right? I always forget what else I've ordered because it's recommended that you get more than one item. Since you're paying for shipping all the way from mainland China, it's better to get more than one item. So over there is what should be in there. I got that loose, I think, years ago. I've never had one carded to open. And I changed the robe on him because the robe that came with the Legacy one is too big, in my opinion. So that's the robe from the Luke Skywalker Jedi construction, the one from the Black series, which is this figure right here, actually. So it's got a tighter, more fitted robe, and I put that on the Obi-Wan just to give you a bit of background. But in this Tunghori package, would you believe it? You know, keep an eye on Tunghori, man. There's always great figures that are surfacing, including, I'm jumping around all over the place here, hang on a minute. This guy came up recently. Yeah, man. Dagobah Landing, he might even still be on there. So Tunghori, I'll leave a link below. I'm not endorsed by Tunghori or paid or anything to tell you, advertise it. I'm just a customer. And I bought this and I'm going to get it open now. But yeah, check them out, man. Awesome stuff. Just have to give you a shot of the background there. And then after I've opened this, I'm going to crack on with the DIY and I'll tell you what I'm going to do at the end of this as well. Let's do it. Now we've got the camera mounted, let's get on with this. Love opening stuff from Tunghori. Right, let's do this. So as I say, one of the items that I know is in here is the Legacy Collection Obi-Wan. It's a brilliant figure. If you want to see what my favourite Obi-Wan Kenobi figures are, then I do have a video on that actually, so go check that out. My top 10 Obi-Wan Kenobis. There's some really good ones. Waiting for the definitive though, Hasbro, so anytime you like, quick as you like. And give us a good card back as well, will you? How about the blue lightsaber one? So as I say, I've got some of the things in here. I can't remember what I bought, but still, let's find out now. Down we go. And this is coming for 2 weeks. I think I got it on Friday night. Yeah, I remember getting an R2. Let's have a look at this. Oh, I remember now what I've got. It's all flooding back. So I got the Legacy Obi-Wan. Brilliant. I'll definitely have a place for that, man. Might even have him without the robe, actually, since the other one is too big. Since that's too big. You know what I mean? Have a bit of soft goods like he is in the... you know, if I get myself a little diorama for the inside of Ben's house, that'd be perfect. Or even inside the Falcon. You know what I mean? Because he's articulated. It'd be nice sat in the cockpit looking like that. Yeah, man. And then what have we got here? This is... I've forgotten the details. I will put them on the screen. Look at that, though. That. Ladies and gentlemen. Look at that, man. I didn't fully comprehend what R2 I was buying when I bought it. I will again put the details up. I can't remember what the order was. But that is 100% the one that was in the vintage The Vintage Saga, I can't even speak. The Vintage Saga collection. No. The VOTC. Because it had that Bulbasaur. I mean, obviously the same R2 might have been recycled elsewhere, but let's just get him open. Yeah, I'll get him all open in a minute. I'll just show you what else I've got. And that, I had to get that since I was shopping. I nearly bought him on his own the other day, but I thought, nah, I don't desperately need him. But then when I found out he was on, I thought, right, here's me chance to get this Luke as well. This is what some argue is the best Farm Boy Luke they've ever made. Independently, you can make a really good one. God, I keep plugging my own channel here, but if you want to see a video on a figure hack to make a really good Luke, then also I will leave that video in the description. But I always had a big problem with Death Star Escape Luke because although it's a similar mold to this, I think I'm going to go and get it in a minute and compare it, but I always felt this one looked a bit more Lukey. It's got browner hair, or sandier, made to look sandier. But I like that Luke, that's really good. For whatever reason, the one that came in the vintage collection, which is arguably the same figure except for the fact it doesn't have a belt on it, a Stormtrooper belt, I reckon that's better than that one. Let me just go and get it. Bear with me. Here he is. That's Death Star Escape. There's something about this figure. He seemed to have a bigger cranium. I'll get it out and compare him with the other in a minute. Yet to do a good farm boy, aren't you, Hasbro? Which is ridiculous. I don't know what anniversary you're waiting for. The 100th anniversary of Star Wars? Will you do it then? This is the kind of figure I like to have facing away. He seems to just have a big cranium. It's just not made better by these legs here, which is ironic because the VOTC legs were so good. They were so well articulated. These are just, look at that. They need these. Oh, come on, Hasbro. These need a ball joint hips. They seem so short. Anyway, right, okay, bear with me. Let's get them all out now. Starting with R2. It's just, you know, that you can never have too many R2s. I'm glad to have this one. And do you know what's great about this? Because in a market, or secondary market, where those vintage original trilogy collection R2s are yellowing like nobody's business. Even the one I have carded in the other room is yellowing. Let me go and get my VOTC one. This one is pure as the driven snow. And I don't remember it being listed on Tunghori as VOTC. It was something else, like something like Legacy. Look at that one, you see, look at that. So I'm glad this is going to get retired. That is brilliant. I like having the Chrome Dome one displayed with my Chrome 3PO. But I hate this one because it's so yellow. I have him facing that way just to sort of diminish the effect of it. So you've got the cranium coming towards you. It kind of hides that fact that it's going on an angle. It hides the fact it's yellowing badly, but look at that. I mean, the plastics are different. Oh, it's not yellowing. So maybe they've rectified it. Maybe this is a later release. I know that the Legacy collection was later. Again, I'm doing this video blind. I can't remember exactly what release this is. But yeah, look at that. They are the same. Identical. This must have the compartments as well that comes up. But anyway, great. That's a good start, man. I'm glad to get that. As I say, I can never, ever have too many R2-D2s on these shelves. You need him everywhere. And also in vehicles, you see. Maybe it's time I get this one in a vehicle because I can hide that yellow body, huh? Although I've never really been a fan of the eyes of this R2. Kind of very too LED. I can understand what they're going for there. Has it got a sunroof? Yeah. But it needs to be flatter, I think. It's too bulbous. Next, it's this Luke. If it is only a matter of the fact that he's not got the Stormtrooper belt and he's got browner hair, it looks so much different. Oh yeah, this one's got soft goods as well. So this is the one I've just got from Tunghori. Let's get a closer look at that. Yeah, he's got this. He's hindered by the same situation with the hips. But you'd think that given that this is vintage collection, they would have rectified that fault. So I can forgive this one for that. But yeah, Luke is blonde, or Mark Hamill is, but that brown works for the sandiness, especially you can see the natural light shining off it. It's giving off more blonde. Plus also in our heads now, we know it's Mark Hamill we're looking at. Look at that, look how blonde he is though. Wow. But I'm digging that. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? It's alright. It's very difficult to get into. You'll definitely need a stand for him. Ooh, these are shallow pegs. Very shallow peg holes. Ooh, that didn't work. That's why actually this guy, I've got blue tack on him. And even with the blue tack, he falls over this figure. Right, and finally, this is what I really care about. It's Obi-Wan. And there it is. I'm going to keep the robe off for now. There's a lightsaber. Lightsaber. Yeah, no, I think that's accurate. There it is. It's a great figure, this. Let me just check he's got everything right with him. Some people say about Tunghori, sometimes you'll get like 2 left feet. Now it's all correct. So how's he got hold of all this stuff? Well, who is Tunghori? Who the hell are you? Maybe that's the damage. There's a bit of superficial damage. But I don't care. That makes it look more rustic. I'm focused for you. You must learn the ways of the Force. If you're to come with me to Alderaan. Alderaan? I'm not going to Alderaan. I gotta get home. It's late as it is. This is good because I'm thinking I'm going to get both of... Oh, no, he won't work. I'll stop what I was about to say. I was going to say that I'll put him in the cockpit of the Falcon, but look at that. Because of that hard goods there, you can't even... Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? But this one you can. But he's technically wearing a Stormtrooper belt would not make it accurate pre-getting on the Death Star. If you really want to be anal about it, but... He actually... I've done that before. I've sat him inside the Falcon. In the cockpit. It works. But this guy certainly will. I might put my VOTC one in there, maybe. I'll tell you where I might put him. I'll show you in a minute, actually, because I'm going to go on a bit of a tour in a minute and tell you what I'm going to do with the changes in the room. It's a slightly lighter brown than I remember. The one I got, maybe the one I got was inaccurate. Somebody had... Yeah, that's a much better brown. Somebody gave me... Oh, I bought one loose, an Obi-Wan like this. Somebody packed it with... Let me go and get this Obi-Wan here. See, he's got a darker brown, right? Now, I don't know where Tunghori's got his accessories, but I prefer that one, even though it is bigger. The one I've got over yonder is smaller. Let me go and get him, actually. There he is. You see, more fitted. That's a robe that was on a Luke Jedi construction, lightsaber construction. See, this one's way too baggy. But it's still kind of cool and mysterious. You'd have to manipulate it. But again, I think I'm going to use that robe elsewhere. Use it as an accessory. You can never have too many robes as well for some reason. But at least the colours matching. See, that's the other good thing about that Luke lightsaber robe. It was more brown, like Ben brown. If you look at Obi-Wan, even in The Phantom Menace, his robe is lighter than Qui-Gon's. So that is that. Really pleased. I'm going to get the robe off again. Well, for now, sod it. I'll leave it on for now. There he is. Just show you him with the lightsaber as well. Yeah. Still a great figure. Really, I like the head sculpt as well. Facial sculpt is good. The sculpt. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? Let's just compare them to the one that was... I mean, I'm guessing that... I think I know what the situation is now with Tunghori. That was definitely a Legacy Collection one. And also this figure did get released as well in that Resurgence of the Jedi pack, of which this guy came with it. So maybe the version here that Tunghori is releasing is the one from this pack. But where the again, where the hell does this guy or girl, never assume the gender of Tunghori, get their figures? Shame I can't put this in a land speeder. I might consider that. Loads of places I could put him and him. Right, I'm going to go for a quick tour just to finish this up, ladies and gentlemen. Just going to go handheld. I'll show you a few things. Number one, oh, I've moved it now. I had the, what have I done with it? Oh, it's over here now. Over here, I really want to do something with that. Like a diorama I need to put these figures in. That was always a good figure, that. I love Ben without his robe, just his internal clothes. It's quite grandfatherly, doesn't he? I always thought that as a kid. But this is an R2 that's a Power of the Force 2 one, but because he's chromey, it's good, but I have him facing that way. That one used to be a custom. I used to have Dagobah landing Luke's head on that, but I've taken it off and put the correct head back on. But, you know, again, Hasbro, we need a proper Luke soon. Not the best facial sculpted tool, my God, no, not at all. But I like the soft goods of that figure. It's a great articulated figure. Just thought I'd show you that. Maybe I'll put some of those figures in that set, update it a little bit, you know what I mean? It'll look good. And what else am I going to show you? Yeah, over here, the DIY. So what I'm going to do now is, I have to edit that video, it might take a bit of time. I am going to move that here. Because what it is I went to IKEA the other day and I bought some of these. I had a completely different plan for these. This was something for my bathroom. But then I realized how it was pretty interesting that this fit in here. And I thought, wow, maybe this could be a series of shelves going down, but uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. As you can see, this is here currently. I mean, I'm a big fan of these corner shelves, but I'm not really being a fan of putting this here because it's a bit hidden. You've got the details in the way. I've not been happy with it. I mean, obviously I'm not happy with it because I've not actually put any figures on it. What I was happy with, just in this space-intensive room, maximizing all the space available. If you look over there, there's the corner shelves used correctly. They really work there. I felt like putting a row here. Now, I did put a series of 3 here, but we hit a snag, ladies and gentlemen. This shelf here was too far out. As you can see with my room, I have 1, 2, 3 sets of 80 centimeter floating shelves going across, and there's like a gap between them. They're not all one straight beam across. Now, I sort of used my intuition, and it was in the 2020 lockdown when I did most of these, but some of them, including this one, are too far over to the left here. What I can do is, there's enough space for me to shift them across a bit more. Try to get them as level as I can, as best I can. It's a very difficult job, that. But if I shift them all across, it will mean having to take everything off these shelves, and then I'll have to take the floating shelf off, and I'll have to drill some holes, but it will be fine. All I need to do is, they're level now, all I need to do is shift them across, but it's going to be a long job. There's going to be a bit of drilling and shifting and whatever else. So I'm going to crack on with that next, but it'll be worth it because what I'm going to then do is this here, I'm going to fit it in here. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to crack on with it, but thank you very much for watching that video. I hope you have enjoyed it. This has been only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.